Another graduation season has wrapped up, and now a lot of those graduates, especially college and high school grads, are trying to figure out what's next in their journey of life. Now, you may be someone who doesn't have it all figured out quite yet, no matter when you received your high school diploma or college degree. But there's one book that may help you figure out what's next. Frazer Haynesworth is the author of Co-Author of Your Great Destiny: What Makes Ordinary People Become Extraordinary. Carol's book has been described as the ultimate go-to guide to give college students and emerging leaders the tools needed to navigate their professional journey. I had an opportunity to sit down with Carol to discuss her inspiration behind her book.
I wrote this book because I continuously met people who I felt were giving up on their dreams. And I really felt like if they not only learned my story, but I've shared similar stories of trying again and of being perseverant in whatever your dream was, I felt that they will also feel inspired to continue to pursue theirs.
So who did you write this book for? Recent college graduates or entrepreneurs?
So this book I refer to it as emerging leaders, meaning anyone who has found or is interested in finding their purpose so that they can not only co-author their own destiny, but co-author the destiny of their community as a whole.
Now, during your fireside chat, you spoke a lot about success. I want to know, what is your definition of success?
I think success is very personal, and I think it varies from one individual to the next. But I think what is the common thread is making sure that you pursue it and that you find it, whatever that success means to you.
In chapter 1, you titled it Unapologetic You. Explain to our audience what exactly being unapologetic you really is.
I think that being unapologetic is being honest with yourself and truly owning your journey and feeling confident about it and understanding that once you own your journey, then your story can be told, and that of so many whose voices are silenced. So I think it's having that confidence about what is your journey. I think that is what it is to be unapologetic and really coming to terms with the fact that your journey is your strength.
Now, when did you realize that it was time for you to be unapologetic?
Yeah, I think early in my career, having worked for such large organizations where I had to figure out a way to crack the code, I realized that cracking the code also meant managing my integrity and being true to myself. So I realized, I said, and the only way that I'm going to get what I want to get out of this and they're going to get what they want is if I choose to be unapologetic. And the only way that I can truly redeem, uplift is if I am unapologetic about myself, because people connect to you being authentic. And I had to give myself an opportunity to do so, to be able to crack that code in corporate. And then I needed that authenticity also to be able to inspire people and to connect with them on a daily basis.
Can you give any advice for those who are trying to figure out what their destiny is?
I think the first is to make sure that they have a clear understanding of their purpose and that they pursue it. Because I think that once you find your purpose, then you never work for one day in your life. So I think that once you literally investing the time in understanding what that purpose is and understanding that you are not good at one thing, you are good at different things. And once you understand what that is, then you understand that there is also a purpose for that thing that you are good at on this earth. And I think once you make that connection, then the world is truly your playground. And I think that this world is waiting for everyone's talents and for your ability and true interest in connecting with those talents and to sharing them broadly.
Key word, purpose. So many people from different ages, different demographics, they have a tough time trying to figure out what their purpose is. What advice do you have for people who's trying to figure out exactly what their purpose is?
I think that we live in a society where people are very distracted, whether it's following someone else, following what feels right to other people, but I think that we don't spend enough time with ourselves. And I think that if we actually set time aside to understand what are those God-given gifts, what are those talents, and what it is that our contribution is, then I think that we remove that is actually keeping us from ourselves. So I think that is the key, is actually first identifying that this is something that you need to do. You need to do it for yourself and you need to do it for this world. And I think that once you take the time that you set aside and make your world a silent world, take away everything that is negative, because negative is a distractor, then I think that you can begin to see that. But I don't know that too many people that have found their purpose have also set aside the time to figure out, why am I here? What is my legacy? and what can I do to pursue that? And I think that any time that is silent and dedicated towards that will provide you those results.
And where can people get the book?
So the book it's available on Amazon.com. It is also available on the book's website, which is coauthorofyourgreatdestiny.com. And there you can not only find the book, but you're going to also have opportunities to meet with me as we have started the tour around the country and around universities. They've been doing events around the book. So I would love the opportunity to continue to meet. As for me, it's very important to connect with the readers. The book has been extremely well received, especially by universities across the country. And I'm trying to do my best to be there because this is truly a true passion, and this is my legacy.
Carol, thank you so much for joining us here on Arts of Cultures, and thank you for tuning in.